Hi everyone, I've got our next book. This book is all about dragons and it's called There's No Such Thing as a Dragon. Can you say that? There's no such thing as a dragon. And the author, the man that wrote it, was called Jack Kent. Are you ready? It looks like it's going to be a good book, this one. Bill Bixby was rather surprised when he woke up one morning and found a dragon in his room. It was a small dragon, about the size of a kitten. Can you see he's sitting on the end of his bed, smiling? I think that I don't know whether I'd be smiling if I saw a dragon at the end of my bed. The dragon wagged his tail happily when Billy patted him on the head. Billy went downstairs to tell his mother. "There's no such thing as dragons," said Billy's mother, and she said it like she meant it. Do you want to have a go at saying that? There's no such thing as dragons. That's right. Billy went back to his room and began to dress. The dragon came close to Billy and wagged its little tail, but Billy didn't pat it. If there's no such thing as dragons, well, there's no point of patting it on the head, is there? Billy washed his face and hands and went downstairs to breakfast. The dragon went along with him. It was bigger now, almost the size of the dog. Can you see him coming downstairs? He's a lot bigger than he was. Billy sat down at the table. The dragon sat down on the table. This sort of thing was not usually permitted, but there wasn't much Billy's mother could say, was there? She'd already said that there was no such thing as dragons, and if there's no such thing as dragons, you can't tell it to get down off the table. And you see him sitting on the table waiting for some breakfast. Mother made some pancakes for Billy, but the dragon ate them all. Mother made some more, but the dragon ate those too. And you see he's eating all the pancakes. Mother kept making pancakes until she ran out of butter. Billy only got one of them, but he said that's all he wanted anyway. Look, can you see he's under the table trying to get a little bit of pancake before the dragon gets it. Billy went upstairs to brush his teeth. Mother started clearing the table. The dragon, who was quite as big as Mother by this time, made himself comfortable on the hall rug and he went to sleep. Just like that one. By the time Billy came back downstairs, the dragon had grown so much that he filled the hall. Billy had to go around by way of the living room to get where his mother was. "I didn't know dragons grew so fast," said Billy. What did his mother say? "There's no such thing as dragons," said his mother very firmly. Well, cleaning downstairs took Mother all morning, what with the dragon in the way, and having to climb in and out of the windows to get from room to room. Can you see her lifting his tail up so she can hoover underneath? By noon, the dragon filled the whole house. Its head hung out of the front door and its tail hung out of the back door. And there wasn't much room in the house that didn't have some part of the dragon in it. When the dragon awoke from his nap, he was hungry. A bakery truck went by and the smell of fresh bread was more than the dragon resist. The dragon ran down the street after the bakery truck. The house went along, of course, like the shell on a snail. Can you see the house sitting on the back of the dragon? Just like the shell on the back of a snail. The mailman was just coming up the path with some mail for the Bixbys when their house rushed past them and headed down the street. He chased the Bixby house for a few blocks, but he couldn't catch it. When Mr. Bixby came home from lunch, the first thing he noticed was that the house was gone. Luckily, one of the neighbours was able to tell him which way it went. There's the neighbour pointing to where the house went on the back of the dragon. Mr. Bixby got in his car and went looking for the house. He studied all of the houses as he drove along and finally he saw one that looked like his own. Billy and Mrs. Bixby were waving from the upstairs window. "We're here!" look, there they are in the top window, shouting at Mr. Bixby to come and get them. Mr. Bixby climbed over the dragon's head onto the porch roof and through the upstairs window. "How did this happen?" Mr. Bixby said. "It was the dragon," said Billy. There's no such thing," Mother started to say. "There is a dragon," Billy insisted. "A very big dragon." And Billy patted the dragon on the head. Can you see him there, patting the dragon on the head? Even though his mother said there wasn't such a thing as dragon. The dragon wagged his tail happily. Then, even faster than it had grown, the dragon started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Soon, it was the size of a kitten again. Can you see it's gone really small? "I don't mind dragons this side," said Mother. "Why did it have to grow so big?" "I'm not sure," said Billy, "but I think it just wanted to be noticed." And there you have the dragon, nice and small again, having something to eat at the end. So there was our story. There's no such thing as dragons. I hope you liked it, everyone. See you later.